Joining us now is NorthStar Bets' very own Steven Psihogios. Stevie, let's talk some Super Bowl betting props, odds, and all of that. Currently on NorthStar Bets, the San Francisco 49ers are a 2-point favorite, so it's moved up since Monday a little bit. The Chiefs were underdogs three straight times in the playoffs in Buffalo, Baltimore, now the Super Bowl. Is that a fair assessment that the Niners should be the underdog, or should they really be the favorite?
Honestly, I'm surprised the Chiefs aren't the favorite, to the point where it's a little bit concerning because a lot of the public money is coming in on Kansas City. I'm thinking, hey, I don't understand why the Chiefs aren't favorites. You look at San Francisco, they're a team that in all honesty is lucky to be there. They probably should have lost to Green Bay, and you can say the same about the Lions game. So I'm a little worried that I'm so confident in the Chiefs, yet the betting markets show that, hey, the Niners are the favorites. It keeps moving in their favor. The Chiefs are up to plus 107 at NorthStar Bets. It's a little bit concerning how confident I am in the Chiefs versus the market, but I'm not going to let that sway me off my decision right now.
All right, Stevie, let's talk MVP. This is the market I love the most. I hate betting the game. I love betting the props. That's usually my favorite. At the top of the mountain, obviously, it's Pat Mahomes on NSB at plus 130. Behind him is the other quarterback, Justin Pooni's favorite quarterback, actually, Brock Purdy, plus 210. Where are you leaning? Because when we look at Super Bowl MVPs, more oftentimes than not, it's the quarterback who's winning this thing.
You're right. It usually is the quarterbacks, but I think if you're someone who believes San Francisco is going to win, and even if you're not, I'll be honest, I've already sprinkled. I've looked beyond Brock Purdy when it comes to the 49ers players. You look at someone like Debo Samuel at 30-1. To me, that's an interesting play right there. You can get Ayuk even further down the board, and George Kittle as well. These are guys that I think are worth targeting. Now, McCaffrey, he's set up for a pretty big day because the Chiefs have struggled to stop the run, but I do think there's value in betting non-Purdy 49ers because of the narrative that surrounds the quarterback. We've heard it a lot that he's more of a game manager filling in a role in Kyle Shanahan's offense, and it's the other parts that make the offense. So with that being the case, if you have a Samuel or an Ayuk or a Kittle that pops off for a really big game, I see him getting the credit for it, or one of the skill position players getting the credit for it over Purdy, which is not the same for Mahomes, because we've seen Mahomes have lackluster performances in the Super Bowl. I mean, last year he didn't even throw for 200 yards, and the last time he played the Niners, he threw 2 interceptions. He still won Super Bowl MVP both times.
Look, if San Fran wins the Super Bowl, there's no chance Brock Purdy wins Super Bowl MVP. It's going to Christian McCaffrey. You know that he's the guy, the engine of that offense. There's a reason why he is an MVP finalist. It's because the offense goes through him, right? Whether that's pass catching or running. He's going to, if he gets his 2 touchdowns, 90 yards rushing, 40 yards receiving or whatever, he is the Super Bowl MVP. If San Francisco wins, we know if Kansas City wins, the narrative is all going to be of Mahomes, and Mahomes is going to win Super Bowl MVP. Let's switch over to the NHL. It's the All-Star break, kind of like a little bit past the midseason, and I have some markets that I want to get your opinions on. And it doesn't involve the Canucks today, so don't worry about it, because I know they're still being disrespected. But I want to start off with the Art Ross Trophy. Currently, Nikita Kucherov and Nathan MacKinnon are neck and neck, leading the point race. But my eyes are on Connor McDavid at plus 2,500. And hear me out. Imagine this down the stretch, McDavid versus MacKinnon for the Art Ross Trophy. Tell me that McDavid has a solid chance to get back in the scoring race and even win it this second half of the season.
Look, Justin, usually I come on here and we argue and we go back and forth, but I agree with you. At 25-1, you have to like that value on McDavid because we've just seen this guy kick things into an otherworldly gear. And if early in the season he struggled with injuries, but since he's kind of gotten over those, he missed a couple games, he's been red hot. He's got like 57 points in his last 32 games. It's an incredible run he's been on. And yeah, right now you have Kucherov and MacKinnon kind of sitting pretty above the rest of the pack. But if anyone is going to emerge and really push those two, I think it's McDavid. You're telling me right now, I think McDavid sits about, I think it's 15, 16, 17 points back of the lead right now. You're telling me that by the end of the season, that gap is not going to be smaller? I don't believe that. I think McDavid can really put himself back in the mix and join those two at the top of the leaderboard. And for 25-1, I'm going to take a look at that for sure.
Stevie, I know you like to look at the menu and look at the board and peruse around and sprinkle here and there. You love a dog just as much as I do. So is there anything else on the NHL futures board over at NorthStar Bets that you like?
Honestly, a team that continues to, I think, be a little undervalued is the Detroit Red Wings. Like, they are 5 points up on a playoff spot right now, and you can get them in that 40-1 mix. To me, I'm taking that shot every day of the week. I also don't hate the price for the Florida Panthers at 12-1. Not as big of a dog as the Red Wings, but this is a team here at 12-1 that is likely going to draw the Toronto Maple Leafs in the first round. And we've seen them drag Toronto into deep waters, and that Leafs team has proven that they can't swim in the deep waters. So I like Florida at 12-1. I think that's a good price to nab them at. But hey, you know what? I'm not going to go out. This is without giving the Maple Leafs some love. This is a big weekend for Toronto. The All-Star game is here. I'm going to give one Maple Leaf pick here before I go, and that is Matthews to win the Hart Trophy at 11-1.
Okay.
Justin brought it up on the last show, and I really agree with him in the sense that if you take Matthews off this team, Toronto's not a playoff contender. Like, they're not. I don't know if they're in a playoff spot. In all seriousness, especially since Willie got the payday, he's been living it up. I don't know, not on the ice, but he's been, I don't know if he's taking TTC to the games anymore after that big contract. So his play has kind of gone by the wayside, but you got someone in Matthews who's been so reliable, so consistent all year long. I'll throw him in the mix there at 11.5-1 plus 1150. That is a good bet to win MVP.
We don't always agree, Stevie, but we agree on a lot of things today. Auston Matthews, Hart Trophy winner, and the Canucks are going to win the Stanley Cup. Thank you, my friend, and we'll see you later on.
Yeah, you snuck that one in there, Justin. Yeah, thanks, though, guys. Appreciate it.